everyone, welcome back to another episode of Shut Up, where I lay in bed, talk shit. So I know it's been a long time since I posted one of these sessions, but today I think I'm just gonna keep it clean, keep it PG. I'm not going to do what I usually do in these videos, if you know what I mean. But I just wanted to come on here and kind of sum up the year and kind of give you guys my spiel, how everything went in the past year. I feel like I've been doing good with coming on this channel and at least giving yearly updates, or let alone like every 6 months. And I have an update from my freshman year, an update from my sophomore year, an update from my junior year, and I'm about to start my senior year of college. This shit's insane. Like, I think it's genuinely insane that we just got through COVID. I mean, COVID's still going on, but we just got through COVID and all the hardships of that, and I'm literally about to be a senior again. Like, it's insane to me. It's insane. I just wanted to give a little disclaimer that I will be posting more throughout the year and just throughout my senior year, because I've made the conscious decision to let go of a few jobs and give back to myself. I think it's time, and I think it's very good that I'm finally investing in myself and what I like to do, and this is where that starts. So if you guys like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It means the world. Without further ado, again, let's jump into the video. Today's episode is called Learn to Trust Yourself. Okay, so over here on this little notebook, you guys know that anytime I do one of these sessions, I have my notes down with me because it's easier to just get my thoughts out and kind of regroup them. So in the first portion of this video, I wanted to talk about and update you guys on my current life and kind of just sum up the past year and give you guys my summer goals. So let's just hop into that. So this past year, it has been very eye-opening, to say the least. To give you guys a little debrief, in the past the past 2 years, I have just been someone that has been just very codependent on people, and I kind of like would make plans revolving around other people's schedules, and I would kind of do things just revolving around like what my friends were doing or just things like that. And I know I'm not the only one who does that, because in order to have a social life, you kind of need to do that. But this year that changed for me. I feel like I finally took it upon myself to just go into by this year, I mean summer of 2022 leading into 2023. And that's what I mean, because I haven't posted too much this year, but I have given you guys a few updates. But anyway, this past year, I worked 3 jobs and I was a full-time student. I'm not going to get into what I was doing for work or any of that, because I just feel like a lot of that stuff I do want to keep a little personal. But yeah, working 3 jobs, being a full-time student, I had 5 courses that I was taking, and I had to be somewhere at a specific time every single day in the year. And that shit got draining really fast. I remember back before 2023 started, I literally had the worst mental breakdown ever. Like, I remember sitting in this bed and just sobbing because it was winter break. Like, it was the start of winter break, and I just felt how burnt out I was. And even though I did have like a week off or whatever, I just still couldn't get out of that mindset of just being on go. And it killed me. It honestly made me feel worse to have days off. It kind of just made me feel like, but wait, I just went all this time doing stuff and keeping myself occupied, and now I have nothing. And I go through these phases here and there, and I honestly feel like I'm in one of those right now. That's why it's good for me to throw on the camera and just talk to you guys and just be able to get my thoughts out. I was about to say on paper, in video form, because it's what inspires me. It went great. I loved my jobs. I loved what I was doing. I got to meet and network with so many people, and it was cool. For the second semester of college, I made it a point to myself to make myself like a summer bucket list, because there was a few things that I wanted to accomplish this summer, and I feel like I did. So with that being said, let's jump into the summer bucket list. So the summer bucket list that I had for myself, I wanted to do a few things. One of them being travel to New York alone. Another being stay in a hotel with my boyfriend. Again, just random things that I just wanted to do this summer. Go to the beach with my friends more. Keep 3 jobs. That's a goal that I wrote at the beginning. That changed very, very fast. And I feel like that's a part of growing. Your goals change, and I'm comfortable with that change. I want to steadily work my hours that I need to work. I want to budget, and I want to make sure that I'm getting my credit score up, because that's what matters to me right now. I feel like it's a good way to just think of all the adult duties that I have to do in my life and kind of just narrow them down and look at them a little more clear. And I say that because it gets very overwhelming to have to pay bills, be in school, take care of 2 cats. I got another cat, mind you. On top of all that, I got another cat. Just got to be a lot in the process, and I'm feeling like it's good to slow down, and I finally got to conclude my internship. And yeah, I want to move on to the second portion of the video, because it kind of leads into the trust aspect. Because a lot of these things that I'm telling you guys put perspective and built the trust that I have in myself now. And I do have bad days, don't get me wrong. Some days are worse than others, some days are better than others. But it's very hard to trust yourself when your schedule is given to you by other people. And yeah, you have to abide by that. Most of how my success was built up for me was seeking validation in others and employers and higher ups and things like that. And yes, although that's a great thing for someone who's not even out of college yet, I think it's better for me to slow down and be like, just think like, hey, like your whole life after this is going to be me looking for a job, networking with people, and simply just being present. And I think it's fair to say my senior year of college, I can work my ass off, but take a little step back because I think it's time for me to just take care of myself now, because that transition I don't want to be burnt out for. I realized that working a lot and just doing all that at once burns me out very fast, and burnout is so real. I did a whole session on burnout simply because of the fact that I was, and now I'm in a better place and I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, it's very real to just take care of your mental health and make sure that you're in the place that you need to be in order to succeed. I want to talk about the summer internship that I joined. I'm not going to say what company or anything like that because I don't need to just yet. But for me, I joined my first internship and it was great. I felt so connected to everyone. I felt so heard, and I felt like I was learning and just in the world of business and media that I wanted to be in. And now that it's concluded, I'm kind of sad because although I can keep connections with my bosses and colleagues and things like that, it was kind of like, it gave me a glimpse of what my life would look like after college. And for that, I'm really, really grateful. And now that it's done, I can finally invest back in myself and just do things like YouTube, social media, and simply just relaxing, taking time to get a massage, taking time to go get a damn manicure, pedicure, because the dogs need it, to say the least. Okay, with all that being said, I know I say with that being said every 10 seconds, but deal with it. But now to move into the third portion, which will be the longest part of this video, I just want to say building trust within yourself has to be one of the hardest things that I've had to do as a adult in this world right now. I entered college at 17 years old. I turned 18 I turned 18 like as soon as I got here. And for a 17-year-old to be in the mindset of just like, okay, I need to move out, I need to get this together, I'm starting a new life. It was exciting, but I also didn't take into consideration long-term how my life would go and just all the things that I would need to do in order to upkeep this lifestyle, being off campus, having an apartment. It's a lot. I like to talk back on this channel a lot about the stresses of college students, and that might change when I'm out of here. But for now, right now, I really do feel for a lot of struggling college students because it's not talked about a lot. And although we're grateful, although we're more than blessed to be here, being here does come with its own challenges. And I don't mean that at the school that I go to, I just mean in general. I've noticed the shift and I've noticed the different experiences that so many people go through, whether you're commuting, whether you're on campus, whether you're dorming, we're all going through something different and we all have our own life aside from that. So yeah, it gets a little complicated to deal with things like that. I've learned that my friendships and relationships don't need to coexist at the same time all the time. And I say that because I've not distanced myself from my friends, but I've allowed myself to be able to, again, work and do the things that I needed to do. And in my free time, I kind of just gave back to myself and just was alone. So after days of just doing that, I kind of just got to the point where I just wasn't seeing many of my friends. And my energy just wasn't there anymore. And I think it's a good thing for the time being while in school to just be on that grind. But at the same time, it is unrewarding to not be able to do the things that we're so used to doing. So I've learned that this summer I can be with my friends and I can take the time that I need for myself and still feel successful and still just push through this life because all the pressure that I put on myself isn't real. It's all in my head. Now, the goals that I set in stone for myself, I usually do my best to go reach them. And smaller goals like things like going to the gym, eating better, those are things that I still struggle with a lot. And if you guys have any tips or any way to help, please leave that down below in the comment because that's something that I just can't really tackle just yet. I'm not there yet. But building the trust in myself to at least think like, hey, if you set a goal in place, you're going to accomplish it. And if you don't, then that's okay. I know things like mental health struggles really do get in the way, but it's easier to just think about it in a perspective where you're like, okay, if this fails, then I'm not gonna die. It's not the end of the world. That's the mindset that I've been having. Because although in your head, it sometimes feels like if you don't accomplish your goals, it's the end of the world. It's not. And that's something that you learn with just being patient. Being patient and trusting yourself is the one thing that you guys should take away from this session because you're strong. And you know that. I know that. We all know it. It's just easy to give up. It's easier to just sulk in bed all day. It's easier to just forget about the life struggles that you're going through and just pretend that it's not there, because that's the easiest thing to do. But welcome to adulthood. Session was a little bit all over the place, but I wanted to come on here and just be positive and just give you guys some motivation, because I need it now too. And I just want to say, we can do this life shit. Okay, I'm running out of storage on my phone, sadly, so I have to cut this a little short. But thank you guys so much for watching these sessions, and I hope you enjoy them. If you have anything you guys want me to talk about, please comment them down below, because it does help me form the next episode. And I want to just plan this a little better. So thank you guys for watching, and all I want to say is trust yourself. Just trust your journey, trust the things that you decide, and trust the choices you make, because without that, then there's nothing. It's just you listening to everyone and people giving their perspective on your life. Take control, because it's not easy to, but you got it. All right, guys, I don't really know how to end this video because it's been all over, like I said. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys next time in the next video. Adios, and thank you. Shut up.
How you been spending your time? How you been using